Oops, gotta turn the mute off. Hi, I'm Kelli McGowan, and I'm just gonna do a little update. And I was just thinking about, all the changes over all the years since 2012 to 2014 was when I was getting diagnosed and getting second and third opinions and being studied at UCSF and told that I, had very short time, most heinous disease known to man, and got sent to palliative care and chronic care conditions and be told to pack my bags, be ready to go. So I have packed my bags and I am ready to meet my maker anytime. And I practice that all the time because we all are here for a very short time and you should be prepared. These bodies don't last forever. They're only on a loan for a little amount of time. And some longer, some quicker, some shorter, but we all have a purpose and a destiny, and it's just as neutral as the expiration date on a carton of milk. Like it just is. So I never expected to do any sort of healing, but when the doctors were telling me all this limited belief system in the background, I was just like, maybe so, maybe not. Like, we'll see. I live from a different paradigm. And I haven't been as programmed as a lot of people because I quit watching TV when I was young, but you can reprogram yourself anytime. And, there's just a lot of amazing medicine. And I happen to, have somebody come to me and say, please try this. I'll do a documentary on you. And I thought, this is crazy. I'm not even going to be alive then. But I got guidance to meet up with her because apparently, in fact, when I met with her, we did some forgiveness work around her sister, and we never even talked about me. So I was just like, it wasn't about me in the beginning, and it never was, because I just thought, may this benefit others. Like, my intention and my purpose right when I got diagnosed is, may this be for the highest good, and may it benefit others. And c'est la vie, like, such is life. Like, let me be happy now. Like, this is the moment now to be happy. And I remember thinking, if things progressed tomorrow and I was miserable thinking it should be something different today, then I missed all of the goodies that I could have had today. So every day is precious, and that's just the way to hold the container. So I wanted to do a talk because through all the journeys of up and down and the purifications, healing so many things, and being, like in hospice with purifications a couple of times, and having it, it's just been a wild ride. And now here we are, we're in 2026, and I've outlived my mom's death date. I've way outlived my death dates. And, I just keep healing. And every time we do another course with my teachers, I just say, oh, this is the best one yet. And I can truly say this is the best one yet, although they've all been really great, and I just love them. So what can I say? I have completely changed my characteristics as a person. I've completely changed my habits and patterns. I've really, really, really I've learned a lot of the causes of my situation and cleaned up a lot of the subconscious layers throughout the many, many years that I've been doing this. But this is Zhineng Qigong, real wisdom and ability to be your own doctor, change your destiny, and be a real healer. And, the patterns and characteristics since I was a very young person really got exposed through this last course, and things always get exposed through all the courses as you're going along. And I could just say that I got in the car with my granddaughter. We went to church on the weekend, and she, I guess, told my daughter 3 or 4 times, Nana looks so good. So what the changes that I've made have, are notable to my granddaughter. And she's 18 going off to college. Like, the last thing she needs to be doing is praising her grandma for the way she looks. But that was the outcome. And my daughter said, you're calmer, and your eyes look better. And so I can summarize it by saying that, I want to say a couple of things. So what I was complaining about, and I don't want to say complaining because I don't complain. In fact, most people in my class had never even heard about a bunch of things that I have going on. And one of those is this Sorgen's disease. I know a lot of people with motor neuron, ALS, those kind of disorders, they get too much saliva or too dry. And I've been the person who I never even paid attention to the diagnosis, Sorgens. I haven't even really brought it up or said it to anyone in, 12 years. Whenever I got diagnosed with it, it was like a mute point compared to everything else that I was going through. But the dryness, it shows up on my hand. It's dry in the eyes and the mouth and the throat and everything. So I've learned that if you have a movement disorder, or you have mobility issues, or you have physical ailments, even arthritis and things like that, that the chi can't get to your tendons and your sinews. I don't know if I say it right, but that's a Chinese medicine terminology where the chi can get into your tendons and your connective tissues and your bones and things like that. And so in this course, we've learned that, in order to get the chi, so first you always want to have abundant lower dantian chi and abundant kidney chi. Kidneys are always the foundation of life. And then you want your liver to be really calm. You want your liver, overthinking and over-consuming, to be really calm. And in fact, I was volunteering 2 classes a day for a long, long time, under the idea that I need to do 3 hours a day of classes. And I don't need to do that anymore. So I was doing this for everyone else. And it was a lot. It was a lot. And suddenly I got guidance, don't do that anymore. Once a week is fine. So this is a huge characteristic change. And I also gave up coffee, which I never thought I would, but the Chi field has been so supportive and so helpful. And I've had so much fun learning about how to nourish the spleen, because if the spleen is abundant, then all your hormones can go in the right direction and balance the fluids, the yin and yang, and nourish you so that you can digest your food, break your food down, and then the chi can come up to the lungs and the heart and push the chi all the way down through the meridians and through the tendons, joints, whatever. And so I was talking to my group, and I was saying, I in all of my research and my training, and I was, the TCM doctor will take your pulses. He will look at the tongue, the color, the shape, the edges, the cracks or whatever. They'll look at the color of your skin under your eyes. They'll take I think I just said they'll take your pulses. They look at your fingernails, all this stuff. And so if your spleen is nourished enough, then the chi can actually get down to your fingernails. And I was telling my group that I had these ridges on my nails, and a couple of the people in the group were like, oh my God, I have them too. It's so scary. And I was like, this is the core of Qigong. Your reactive mode and your reference framework. I said, it's not scary. This is good information. This is your body telling you need chi down to your fingernails. Like, your body doesn't lie. It's your best friend. It's trying to tell you. So if somebody's going to say, oh, it's scary, and they project this horrible outcome, or if they say, thank you for showing me what you need, and I'll find a way, a divine crumb trail to get the chi down to my fingernails. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been, eating for my spleen instead of eating for my ego or what I like to eat. And I've always thought I was a healthy person, but I've reassessed everything from the TCM perspective, gone in and done a lot of research about all my different situations, from my TCM doctor and from all the different information that I compiled together about, where I'm deficient, where I'm out of balance, where I'm dry, where it's too much fluid, that kind of thing. Because I have, in the latest TCM reading, I've got liver fire, but I'm also really dry. And then, but you don't want to get too moist, because then that triggers other things. So anyway, I've just been having so much fun eating for balance and eating for harmony and eating for my spleen. And I never knew it until this course, that the spleen is I knew it. I knew that the spleen was responsible for your muscles, your movement. But it just didn't occur to me to eat. I thought I was eating spleen food, but what I started doing is I went to AI and I said, is this breakfast good for me? And I put in my whole TCM patterns and all the different diagnoses that I've had, and all the different, conditions that I had. I just copied and pasted, and I had them analyze each meal, and they'd be like, oh, add black sesame seeds, or, take this out, don't use that, or if you're using an onion, just use a scallion, because the scallion delivers down to your meridians. And so a lot of the stuff that I was doing, which was getting up in the morning and drinking a big cup of amazing pour-over coffee with organic coconut creamer and stevia, and I couldn't wait to get up in the morning. I used to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and couldn't wait to have my coffee and go. I had no idea that I was just thriving on this false energy from the coffee. And then I would have a matcha later, and I didn't realize that that's drying. And so matcha's great for most people, but when you're dry until you get in balance, that's not the thing to be drinking. And I just, long time ago, read the health benefits of matcha and said, this is good for me. And coffee, they say, is good for you if you have brain thing. So I was like, this is good for me. And I was, just exhausted all the time and really running on nervous energy and so stressed because I had to do this class every day at 6 a.m. and do this other class every day in the afternoon. And I thought I was doing it because it was saving my life and also helping others. And I was just volunteering. So it wasn't like I had to do it. But in my mind, I had to do it. And so I was always stressed. And I'm noticing, I don't know how long it's been since I quit doing the enormous amount of classes every day, volunteering. It's been a few weeks maybe, and I just realized I can kind of relax as I'm going throughout my day, and I have slow mornings and slow days, and I just can't tell you the difference that I feel already. And my tongue is improving according to the appearance and the color, and I'm just having such a good time, once again, going so much deeper. How many places can you go to? Because I was showing all this stuff on my blood work about my pancreatic enzymes, amylase, I don't know if I say it right, amylase, and lipase. Anyway, those were having challenges, and that's indicative of your pancreas. And naturally, my sister had pancreatitis, my uncle had pancreatitis, and my niece has pancreatitis. And so, when I saw those numbers going off, I didn't really know that there was anything more that I could do. I was eating this spleen food off the list until I decided, I got guidance. I always get guidance. I got guidance to just plug in my daily diet with the TCM patterns, my patterns, my situation currently now, and then have them assess every meal that I do for a while. And I ended up adding a lot of really fun things that I just love. And I thought they were weird, but jujubes and longhand fruit and pure coccyx mushrooms, and I might be saying all of this wrong, but a lot of different things, a lot of different herbs, and it's taken a lot of prep and a lot of cooking and changing everything and eating everything with all these bright colors, lots of beets and slow cooked stews. And I also learned about, I might not say it right, but pura tea, because Grok told me, or Gemini AI or whatever AI, Brave, told me that I couldn't have my coffee and my matcha, so I was getting up and eating breakfast first thing in the morning so that I could get my tea as soon as possible. I had to wait a half hour for that, and it was horrible. And then I just learned that you can get this pura tea, and that's really good for your spleen on an empty stomach in the morning. I could not be happier. It's been a couple of weeks since I've had any coffee, and it's been a couple of weeks until this morning until I have my pura tea first thing in the morning, and it's so nice to not have to eat a meal at 6 a.m. So I'm always flexible, and I'm always learning, and it just gets better and better and better, and I love sharing it with everyone. But more than anything, I'm so surprised at the complete change in my personality that I'm just really loving not having the responsibility. I've been overly responsible since I was a little kid, and I love just taking things real slow and not having so much pressure on myself. And it's funny because I'm the one that was putting all the pressure on me, and it's because in the back of my mind I thought I have to do this every day to survive, but I don't now. I'm good, I'm even, and I can demonstrate healing by just changing my habits and patterns and really, really getting down to the foundation. Because I was feeling like I was being choked from the inside out, and I was feeling so much pain and so much pressure. I was being woke up with my tendons, burning rods going down my arms, several times a night until a couple weeks ago, when I stopped doing all the volunteering and radically changed my personality about my pursuits, and then changed the way I eat everything. So I just wanted to do a little check-in and, invite people to come to our group and learn Zhineng Qigong. And it's just this ever-evolving, amazing journey of how, technology to really, really heal your pancreas and your spleen, like medicineless. And not only that, but the side effect is healing on everything else. I feel like my hair is actually looking a little bit healthier and things like that already, and it's really fast. I mean, when you really make these changes with the chi field, not fighting it with your ego, everything starts to relax and unwind and be nourished, and it's just phenomenal. So I just wanted to do a little check-in and wish everybody the very best outcome, and everything is possible. And I got to come back to my place where when I go into my meditations and I meet with my true self, that I've been, able to really have mystical experiences like I used to, and I haven't had those in years, and it's probably because I've just been too damn busy. And that's the first thing you have to do before you take care of your spleen, is get your busyness to quiet down, to quiet everything down. So since then, I've had some amazing mystical experiences in my meditations. And when you come to the groups, we'll teach you all about Iwanti and Ling Yan and, all of these amazing, all this amazing information that helps you to connect to your pure consciousness and the source, and to pluck out possibilities from the field and recreate everything. So I hope you have a really great day, and I hope that this information is contagious and you're in spirit, which means you're inspired and feeling all the possibilities. So have a great day. Mahalo and aloha.